Snake, put a stop to Metal Gear. It seems to be to the north of where you are. Get to the north of the barracks first. Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid Ghost Babel. In the last part, we rescued Jimmy and now we have to go stop Metal Gear from going nuclear already. However, due to the fact there's a power outage in this area, all the lights are out, so you're going to be wearing the thermal goggles for a good amount of this mission. However, for some reason the guards can still see you in the dark, so I don't see what's going on there. However, thankfully since the power's out, we can now walk on the conveyor belts from last part, so... This dungeon, I keep on saying that. I blame the fact that I've been playing Twilight Princess HD with my friend recently. This area can be a bit tricky, but it's not as hard as the last time in terms of length. In fact, here's a fun fact. This is the first part since part 1 where we actually have 2 missions. Yeah! Either way, our goal in this mission is to get north of us, so we actually have to head through a couple of floors to get there. First off, you have to head into this area, which we were never in last part, actually, because since power's out, elevators are no-go, so that should be pretty obvious. But we have some ways to go. This is actually one of my favorite set of missions right here in the game. Mission 6 and 7, I want to say. Or is it mission 7 and 8? I forget. I think it's 6 and 7. I'm probably wrong about that, though, which sucks. Oh well. You can not wear the thermal goggles, but you're gonna have one hell of a time trying to get around and avoid guards if you do. Although I do wonder how speedrunners approach these missions. However, to get into these, you do need to crawl. Though, fun little fact, actually, if you didn't get a silencer back in part 1, I believe if you crawl up here, or if you didn't get one before, there's one up here. I've also seen evidence of what seems to be a question mark item here, but I never found much on it. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can look that up right now. But at this point, you're just trying to find the right direction to go while crawling. We actually want to head back to the cardboard box maze. I would have cut back there, but now it's dark, so I have to show you guys stuff. Yeah. Oh, hello, person calling us. Snake, I've got Jimmy. Everything all right? Is Jimmy okay? Yes, he's not injured or anything. He seems to have been keeping well out of sight, but... But what? This kid's a real pain in the butt. Did you say something? No, nothing. Liar, I heard you. You're the one who's a pain, telling me what to do all the time. What do you think you are, my mom? I wouldn't want to be your mom even if someone paid me to do it. Excuse me? Nothing. Look, I'm in the middle of a conversation. Do you mind shutting up? Shut up yourself. You got a real attitude problem, you know that? It's just going to make things more difficult for you as a woman in the military. Muzzle it. You shut up when I tell you to shut up. Sorry, Snake. Glad to hear you two are getting along. Ha! I never thought I'd be babysitting again, especially under fire. But I guess it's like riding a bike. That's what I'm counting on. I don't really get the point of that cutscene, other than the fact to show that Jimmy's safe now. Either way, you might remember this conveyor belt last part. I told you guys to keep an eye out for it. Now we're finally going to go over it. You couldn't come over... Well, you could come over here with one of the boxes, but you wouldn't be able to get into the area we really wanted to go to, or at least you could... Well, you probably could. I actually don't know. I've never tested. But you won't be able to do anything over there. I believe. I've actually never tested. I won't believe so. At this point, we want to head west to head downstairs. This is just for an optional item. You don't need to do this, but I recommend you do it for something coming up. Because otherwise, you're going to have a pretty bad time. Speaking of which, is it sad that someone thought I was referencing Undertale with that and not South Park? Because that's been a South Park reference since like 2002. Either way, these 2 rooms, on the top one I believe are some rations and possibly some ammo, but the thing you really want to do is get something from down here in the bottom room. Because as you can see, there is an item up there which is a very useful thing to get, night vision goggles, which means you can now see perfectly in the dark, as if the lights were still on. So that's going to be very useful for things coming up. Although I actually do wonder what happens if you wear them outside. I've never tested that. I should probably test that out. Probably is a keyword, meaning I'm probably not going to. Oh well. Really, from here on out, the mission is pretty linear. There's only really one direction you can go in, so just go it. We have to go head south and then west up another staircase. Watch out for that. Well, actually, no, you don't have to watch out for that camera because power's out. See, that's the thing. Even if I know the power's out, I still forget because it's not showing it's dark. Either way, we want to head past that and head here to the east, because that allows us to come up here and fall down this hole. And I would actually recommend saving with meleeing if you can around now, because we're coming up on something pretty annoying. Also, get out your night vision goggles and the R5 of all weapons, because that's going to come in handy real soon. Welcome to the darkness, Solid Snake. Who's there? I see you've put on your night sights. I can see you fine without depending on those toys. My night vision is as good as an owl's. The face of my prey in the dark, overcome with terror and pain. No machine should contaminate such a moment of exquisite pleasure. Are you one of this Black Chamber group? Of course, I am called Marionette Owl. My flair for nocturnal combat has no equal, even among the Black Chamber. The party is about to begin, but you won't be making it. You'll die here in the darkness. Let me introduce you to my partners. This is Osan. And Kohal. I've no time for you or your dolls. A doll is an approximation of the human form, and a good doll is endowed with a soul. What nice lines your clavicles have, Snake. Not bad heft to your femurs either. When you're dead, Kohal will have those. Time to die. This boss fight is obviously enormously easier if you have your night vision goggles on, because you can actually see which one is him and which one isn't the dolls. But this fight's annoying because, as you just saw, he fires flashbangs, which make you unable to see. The best way to go about this fight is to constantly spray and pray with the R5. It doesn't take too many hits to kill him. I want to say about 6 or 7. But watch, the way I recommend you move around when the flashbang is on is just move around in the circle. The dolls, which also throw knives at you, shouldn't be able to do too much damage. But don't be afraid to use a ration during this fight, because he's honestly a pretty annoying boss. And yes, it's a he. I checked the wiki. I know it looks pretty effeminate, even for a lot of anime characters, but that is definitely a male. Yeah. But yeah, Marionette Owl can be a very annoying boss, but he should go down with enough trial and error. The R5 is the best weapon for it, just due to the fact that you can aim in multiple directions with it. And there he goes. Okay, that was stage 6. Great! Snake, do you know what madness tastes like? When I was 12, Laura was murdered by some madman, a psycho. And I was the one who found her, scattered all over the fields. Laura's white hands, thighs, dark entrails. That image was burned into the back of my eyes. Even now, in my sleep every night, in that moment, something snapped inside me, taken over by a strange compulsion. And soon, I found myself called a serial killer as well. I loved those women, I really did. That's why I had to kill them. There was nothing else to be done. Can you understand that? Like hell I can. I thought not, but Viper was different. Viper took me in when I was cornered by the FBI. He forgave me my sins. Black Chamber gave me a way to sate the mad hunger in my mind. I became the perfect assassin. But 2 years ago, you cowards betrayed us and laced my madness with lust for vengeance. There will be no absolution for you. For what? Viper, he lost his left arm in that hell. But he won't use his prosthetics, not usually. Do you know why? No. Because every time he looks at the stump, he can remember his lost comrades and vow vengeance on Anonymous all over again. Anonymous! His madness surpasses even my own. And that's why I can believe it. My sight is fading. No more dreams of that field. Ah, Laura! Over here, I'm... No! No! Please, you can't. Looks like the gates of heaven are closed to you. And that's half the Black Chamber dead already. And we're finally back outside. Snake, hurry. Metal Gear is in the launch phase. I ran a satellite check. Metal Gear is already above ground. Metal Gear's to the north. Just keep going north. There's no time left. Go! And technically speaking, like I said before, this is a rare mid-part save because this is actually a really short mission. And we have another door puzzle, but this one's really easy. Press 1, press 3, and then walk through those 2 doors because for some reason these 2 will open for you. I'm assuming you're only supposed to figure that out through trial and error. And there's actually no real enemies in this area. There's a ration here you can grab, which is good for me because I used one during Marionette Owl. And there's also a mine detector, which I recommend you immediately equip, because if it's not obvious by this point with the Metal Gear series, when you get a mine detector, that likely means there's mines in the next area. And in this case, that is ever so true. There they are. However, like the other Metal Gear games, if you crawl over it, you can grab it. I think you can hold a max of 7 or 8 at this point, so that's pretty good. These will come in handy eventually, so might as well grab them. God, even Snake's crawling animation's really fluid for Game Boy Color. This game really seems like it had a lot of effort put into it, which is sad that it never got a full sequel. Though I should mention that, actually. This game was actually not directed by Hideo Kojima. It was conducted by the same guy who did Portable Ops. I forget the guy's name. But, yeah. What the... Those are missiles. Snake! You won't get past this point! Who are you? It's finally time to send you all into hell. You must be Viper. Pleasure to see you, Solid Snake. Retribution begins now. Stand and watch the show, Snake. Snake, Metal... Christ. This is just the beginning. It's payback time. We'll meet again, Solid Snake. Why not just kill me now? Okay then, bye. The next time you die. Well, that's not happy. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely not happy, though their accuracy is thankfully crap. Watch out, Snake. Firing ahead. There's an artillery unit to the north. Just this side of the maintenance air base. They're firing like crazy. Get out of there now. But Metal Gear. Get out of there now, Snake. There's no way through that barrage. But, Snake, Metal Gear's already fired a nuke. We can't afford to lose you as well. Damn it. Go back the way you came. This isn't the time to go in. Look at your radar. I modified it to display the artillery impact points. Snake, avoid the artillery fire and go south. We now have to head the exact way we came through. The mines have respawned, though, and now there's artillery fire aiming at us. And watch out, because both a mine and an artillery shell will do about half your health. Thankfully, their accuracy is more or less still crap. Hug the left area as much as you can, because that's where a lot of the mines aren't. And with that, just head south and you should hopefully make it through. Yeah, really short mission, huh? Either way, with that, I'm going to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 6, we'll be seeing what we can do now that Metal Gear's fired its nuclear payload. That's not good. See you guys then.